Hi, this is Jamie Magridge coming to you from Jamie's Craft Table. I'm actually at my mom's dining table today, but I'd like to show you how I made this card. It's a clean and simple card, no layers. So let's get started. All you're going to need is a note card. On this particular one is 5.5 by 8.5, scored and folded at 4 1/4. I used the Rooted in Nature stamp set primarily. I used the leaves and this tree here. I used this frame from Swirly Frames, and from Dashing Deer I just used the thanks off of the Many Merry Thanks. Okay, so let's get started. I'm also going to use Pear Pizzazz, Old Olive, Garden Green, and Early Espresso. You'll also need a piece of scrap paper. This is just copy paper, and I've cut it 2 3/4 by 4 1/8. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is stamp this swirly frame onto the front of my card, and the only reason I'm using my Stamparatus is because I didn't bring a block with me that's large enough to do this. So put it in the corner here, and I'm going to stamp that with Early Espresso ink. Right in the center of my card. Okay, and then I'm done with the Stamparatus. Get that right out of the way. Okay, now I'm going to bring in that piece of copy paper. I have taken Tombow Mono multi-purpose glue and just put little dabs on the back and let it dry so that it becomes like a post-it note. And I'm going to center that over the top of this frame. Okay, I'm going to bring in the Pear Pizzazz ink. Let's put it over here so you can see it. And this leaf. And I'm going to just stamp all the way around the edge. I'm going to stamp full strength and then second generation. You want to make sure you're covering over the edge of this and going over the edge of the card as well. There's no right or wrong way. Overlap, that's fine. Just get a base down. Okay. Now we're going to go into the Old Olive ink. And with that same stamp, we're going to add a few with the Old Olive the same way. Just going to just pick a spot and stamp. Not as many. Now you could have left it at that first layer if you wanted to. I just kind of like the little bit of added dimension that the darker color adds. Okay. Then I'm going to come in with this stamp and the Garden Green, which might be a retired color. I'm not sure. I can't remember today. That's what I had in my box, so that's what I'm using. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp around the edge with this. Not as many, but again, make it go over this. It's going to make it look like designer series paper. You don't want it to all be the same, so make sure you're rotating your stamp a little bit. This one I'm not doing second generation, I'm just doing this first generation. One more right there. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay. Now we're going to take the mask off. I'm going to wash this one because I need it again in a minute. Okay, take the mask off. Alright, we're going to take our tree and the Pear Pizzazz ink. Done with this one, let's put it away. And we're going to stamp this tree right smack in the center of this with Pear Pizzazz ink. Perfect. And we're going to take the Early Espresso ink and the Thanks. Make sure it's right side up. Let's try that again. Less pressure, James. Tap, tap, light. Much better. Stamp that right in the center of this tree. Oh, rats. Alright. And then we're gonna open it up. And we're gonna take this branch here. And we're gonna stamp down this edge. Okay, well there's our card for today. Here's the one I did previous. Well, thank you for joining me at the craft table. Have a great rest of your day.